Even for relationships. In fact, I know this story. I don't even need an auto cue for it. I started following up the vlogger Muthoni Gitau on her YouTube. And then one day, randomly, she brought the guy behind the camera, who is Nick Ndeda, radio presenter. And they said very clearly that this is not a relationship page, but we are going to introduce you guys to who we are.
Just so doing life together.
Exactly. We've been following up on their story. Even when they had baby mama drama, apparently Nick wasn't doing XXX for the other baby mama. But then they decide to break up. Couple goals have gone out the window to break up on national YouTube. This is what happened.
So the basis of this entire video is that we are going our separate ways. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because when we first got together, we had shared goals. Mm-hmm. And then we also had personal goals. Because that's important. Everyone should have their own personal goals, even when you come into a relationship.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, there was differences in terms of how we were pursuing said goals. Like, you were very aggressive, chasing the personal goals as well as the shared goal.
Yeah, I can confidently say that I know what it's the nyau for me. That's what just the nyau is the only
that's your take home.
All I'm gonna say is this: that for me, to be honest, it was very bizarre. It was very bizarre in the sense that
why? And
I actually know Nick Ndeda, and Nick Ndeda, you're gonna forgive me for this, but for me, what is confusing me the most here is, are we also trying to get YouTube views as we do something that we are saying we want people to talk about us over? Because if you did break up in peace, no one would have actually probably found out. And then also he brought out the issue of vasectomy, and the Kenyans they just went, yeah.
Yeah, because they believe family planning belongs to the woman. So they cannot believe there's a forward-thinking man who says, I don't want to have kids and I'm going to do something about it. Have a vasectomy. I'm all for it, by the way. Yeah. We are too many. We are just too many. You cannot go around sleeping with people. Then you blame the woman.
Because you have increased. No, even as we are helping.
Walikuwa wanasema shida ni mwanaume kupeana mimba, sio mwanamke kupata mimba. So unafaa kustop mwanaume from kupeana mimba. Hapo ndio inafaa.
But she has a point. It's not all about the women. Even men have to take the. But anyway, that aside, what do you guys think about this? Like this breaking up on social media?
Wacha mimi nianze niseme hivi. First of all, they are quote-unquote public figures. Mm-hmm. They decided that we are going to be entertained by their lives. That was their choice. And with this choice comes consequences. Now, the fact that they decided to do it online, I agree. Because we only see the good things happening online. Everything is curated so nicely.
Right.
Me being part of the people who does that. Tunatengeneza tu vizuri. Kila mtu anaona life is amazing. Life is perfect. Relationships are great. Marriage is amazing and awesome. But then, what happens when marriages are not awesome? What happens when you change your mind? What happens when you need to take a different direction? What happens when you feel you did not date and you're stuck with this person and you want to explore life somewhere else?
The issue isn't the what they're telling us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because even parents sit down their kids and tell them, by the way, me and your mom can no longer, who will follow their mom.
We are the kids now. The
issue is, yeah, but you're following them there. You're the disciples. Yeah. The issue here is the how. It's just the bizarre way of like, me, we decided to go for, you became aggressive, I stopped being aggressive. When you go on the social media, one person posts, Muthoni posts and she says, I'm now out for the streets. I mean, you're like, huh?
You're saying kujibamba.
What is happening?
If anything, this is the most. This is
Mato, you can't have your cake and eat it.
This is one of the best breakups I've ever seen. If I could say,
it was very amicable. Yes.
Yes, best breakups. I'm sure one of them is feeling pain because clearly from that video there is one person who was not for it, as the other one was for it.
If you want the truth, say
kila mtu ameona video.
You tell us.
Mimi nasema tu labda kuna moja hapo anasikia uchungu. But the fact remains, best breakup ever. Oscar.
Hi, Cindy, before, because today...
I totally agree that if you're a social media couple, that is how you have oriented yourself on social media, then when you break up, everybody's going to be about your business. They decided to tell people what's up with their relationship just so that we are not nosy and we don't go around asking stories, hey, where's your husband, and so on and so forth. And I think people really blew it out of proportion. And then, again, people started now blaming Muthoni. I know her as So she's a poet. We've known her from way back, and she goes by the name So on stage. So people started blaming So and saying, oh, this guy sacrificed so much for you. And I'm just thinking, is it so unfathomable that there's a Kenyan man born and bred in this country who has decided to take things into his own hands in terms of his reproductive health, and it is his own choice. It has absolutely nothing to do with the woman.
Exactly.
So it's just very interesting how the story totally changed to it's her fault, you sacrificed your life, you quit your job. And I'm like, what about her needs? What about her desire to move on and, you know, live a better life? Let this be a warning to these young girls who are busy getting into serious relationships when you're 23. And Tomato, what were you doing when you were 23? I was busy dancing at Veranda, which was former Cameo, which is now Nairobi Water and Sewerage Company. I was having the time of my life. It's not a time for you to sit down and start getting married.
And the person who also had the time of his life this week has to be the radio presenter from Ruben. It's called Ruben, Ruben 99.9 FM. I think I got that right. So he's just there doing his radio show and everything. And then who walks into the radio station? The one and only Commander-in-Chief. Listen to what the small banter that they had.
Tali ndogo moja, vitanda 11. Sasa tumekuja kufungua zingine 2. Ndio wananchi wasiwe wanataabika wakitafuta matibabu.
Na sasa hivi unafanya kazi nzuri. Mwenyezi Mungu akubariki.
Na wewe pia mashabiki enjoy ball.
Asante sana.
Tutaendelea.
And for me, all I'm going to say is I have to give credit where it's due. One, to the president, to be honest, because of doing a job that most people probably won't want to do at night and the evening. Unasema mgala muena haki yake mpe. So for providing that healthcare services, which yes is his job and the job of the government, to the people of Mukuru kwa Ruben, I do say kudos